Welcome to Driveway DIY, where we bring the shop to you. On today's episode, we're going to show you how to replace a clutch master cylinder. First thing you want to do is locate your master cylinder. On this particular vehicle, the master cylinder is mounted inboard of the brake booster, which is atypical for most vehicles. So first thing we're going to do is open this up, and then we're going to use a turkey baster to drain out all of this fluid just so that we don't have a spill. Then we'll put the cap back on. There's a few things we have to disconnect under the hood and one under the dash. So we're going to go ahead and go under the dash and disconnect the clevis under the dash so that when we have this all loosened up, it'll come right out. This is the clevis, and this rod right here goes out into the firewall. So first thing we need to do is just pull this pin, then pull the winch pin out of here. Now your clevis is ready to come out. So the first thing we're going to do is crack loose the fluid line. We're going to use a line wrench to avoid stripping this fitting. There we go. And we're just going to loosen this. We've already removed the fluid out of here, so I'm not super worried about it dripping. Before we remove the line, I'm going to put a towel under here just to catch anything that drips. Then we'll pull the line out and just kind of let it sit there at the bottom. And then we need to remove the 2 bolts on the master cylinder itself. Then we just slide the master out, walking it around the lines, come up over this, there we go. This is our new master cylinder. It's all assembled and it even comes with a new clevis, makes that nice and easy. The master is full of air, so it needs to be bench bled. First thing, we're gonna put it in the vise and just lightly chuck it up. It just needs to not move a bunch. So first we're gonna fill this master with clean fluid. All right, so we've got our master filled with fluid. We're gonna put a little clip here. We have a bleeder hose here that has a little tip and it sticks right inside the port. And then we're just gonna run this hose into the reservoir. Now I'm just gonna hold the end of this just in case it pops out. And I'm just gonna sit here and slowly actuate the master cylinder. You're gonna push all that fluid out and look at all those air bubbles, and then slowly bring it back, and it's gonna suck those air bubbles back in. You wanna go slow so you don't aerate the fluid, because you wanna get as much of that out as possible. And at this point, you just sit there and do this back and forth a number of times until all these bubbles disappear. Pretty much got it bled. Now we can take this over to the car and install it. Now we just take the master and we slide it into position, then reinstall the nuts. And then put the line back in and thread the fitting in. Then we use our line wrench and we'll tighten it up. Our line is connected and our master cylinder is tightened up to the firewall. Now we need to go under and reconnect the clevis pin. So we're gonna slide the clevis over the pedal arm, reinstall the pin, then take the clip, the hairpin as this is called, snap that in, and we're done. So depending on how you're going to purge your fluid out of your system, if you're using a pressure bleeder and you're gonna push it from the bottom side, which would be on the slave cylinder or hydraulic release bearing, you'll need to remove fluid from the reservoir. To do that, you use a turkey baster. Simply stick it in there, pull as much of the fluid out as you can, and then transfer that to a catch bottle. So this is the part that we're actually going to be bleeding. We will need an assistant to sit in the vehicle and pump the clutch pedal as requested. Then we're going to take our drain hose and we're going to attach that to the top. We actually have a drain bottle that we're going to use so that we can capture the fluid. Now we're ready to purge this fluid. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the assistant push the pedal, hold, As he's holding the pedal to the floor, I will open the bleeder screw, let fluid out, then close the bleeder screw and tell him release. We've run through about half of the fluid that was in the reservoir. We're gonna pour some more brake fluid into the reservoir. This is clean fluid now. Your clutch pedal may push all the way to the floor and lock. If that's the case, just pull it back. Refill the reservoir as needed during this process, then repeat each of these steps until the clutch pedal is firm and the clutch is disengaging when you operate the pedal. Then replace your cap. And that's all there is to replacing a clutch master cylinder. Find all the parts you need to get the job done at ebaymotors.com.